Welcome back to our channel, you guys. Today is Monday, a brand new week, and we have so much drama to unpack from the latest episode. Let's just dive right in because I have a lot of thoughts today and we need to talk about what just went down. So let's start with Finn. Honest to God, I am so exhausted by this whole Finn and Steffi and Sheila merry-go-round. Like, how many times are we going to do this? But here we are again. Finn is just completely stuck in this impossible dilemma of his own making. Steffi is absolutely putting her foot down, and honestly, can you blame her? She completely rejected Finn's ridiculous idea about appeasing Sheila. And what was his idea? He actually thought that giving Sheila a few occasional supervised family visits would just magically fix everything. What is he thinking? Who actually believes this is going to end well? We are talking about Sheila Carter, the woman who literally shot him and his wife and left them for dead in an alley. And he thinks a couple of supervised visits will just calm her down? It's wild. It is just so wild to me. But Steffi is not having it. She wants Finn to shut Sheila down once and for all. Forever. She made him cave on the visit idea, which he did, but Steffi doesn't think he's being strict enough. And maybe I'm being too harsh on Finn, but he really is just so soft when it comes to his birth mother. Steffi wants him to actually lay down the law. She wants him to look Sheila in the eye and make her realize that she has zero chance, like absolutely zero chance, of ever being a part of their lives. Ever. The fans on social media have been screaming this at their screens for months. Just tell her no, Finn. But he just can't seem to do it with the kind of force that Steffi wants. He always leaves that tiny little crack of hope open, and Sheila just wedges her foot right in the door every single time. So because Steffi is breathing down his neck, Finn decides he needs an emergency meeting to figure out how to handle Sheila. And who does he go to for advice? Lee. Yes, Lee Finnegan, his adoptive mother. The same woman that Sheila chased in a car and basically ran off the road into the water. I mean, the writers are really just throwing everything at the wall here. Finn goes to Lee because he doesn't know how to approach Sheila. And here's the part that just makes my brain hurt. He tells Lee that he doesn't want to hurt Sheila deep down. He doesn't want to hurt her feelings. Are you kidding me? After everything she has done to his family, to Steffi, to Lee herself, he is worried about hurting Sheila's feelings. It's just, I don't even have the words. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. It is so frustrating to watch him be this naive. Like, let's really think about Finn's psychology here for a second. Why is he so desperately attached to this woman? He was raised by Lee and Jack. He had a good life. But there is this weird, deep-seated biological pull that he just cannot shake. He looks at Sheila and he doesn't see the monster that terrorized Los Angeles for decades. He sees his mommy. It is pathetic. Honestly, it is. I try to have sympathy for him because finding your birth mother is a huge deal, but at some point you have to look at the facts. The facts are that she is dangerous. But Finn is just walking around with these blinders on, and Steffi is just screaming at him to take them off. And maybe I'm being too harsh on him. Maybe it's a trauma bond. But whatever it is, he needs therapy. Not an emergency meeting with Lee to figure out how to be polite to a murderer. And Lee, bless her, she probably isn't going to be much help in giving him a step-by-step guide on how to let Sheila down easy. Because Lee knows you can't let Sheila down easy. But Lee does step up in the way a mother should. She urges Finn to put his marriage first. She tells him that Steffi and the kids have to be the priority. And she also admits to Finn that Sheila actually came to her for help recently. Sheila was begging Lee to help her get family time, and Lee had to turn her down. Lee basically tells him, look, I said no to her. You have to say no to her too. You have to respect your wife. But you can just see the conflict in Finn's eyes. He is just so torn. And you have to wonder if this is going to be the thing that finally breaks his marriage. Because Steffi is not going to back down. She is just not. Let's pivot for a second because we have to talk about the beach house. Oh man, the beach house. So Will is sitting there and he is just really hoping that he and Electra can work things out. He wants a reunion so bad. You can see how much he is hurting. Let's really picture that scene at the beach house. Will is probably pacing around looking at his phone, hoping she shows up. He probably cleaned the place up, trying to make a good impression. And then Electra walks in, and you can just tell immediately from her body language that it is over. She has this wall up, and Will, he is just pleading with her. He is pouring his heart out, saying they can fix this, they belong together, but she is just staring at him like he is a stranger. It is brutal to watch. I mean, Will has his flaws, but seeing a guy just get his heart ripped out like that is tough. Electra shows up, and she is just ice cold. She has made up her mind, and she is firmly deciding to break up with him. It is over. Done. And she lays it all out for him. She tells him that she doesn't want to stand up against the Forrester family for him, which, let's be real, is a massive cop-out. She is choosing her family's approval over the guy she supposedly loves. But she also has her own personal doubts about him right now, and she doesn't hold back in telling him why. First of all, she brings up his aggressive outbursts. And yeah, Will has that Spencer temper. We all know it. Bill has it, Wyatt has it, Will definitely has it. The Spencer men just run hot. And Electra says that his aggressive behavior really scared her and made her rethink everything. Which is fair, I guess. If you feel unsafe or overwhelmed by a guy's temper, you should walk away. But then she brings up the real issue. The sofa incident. Yes, the infamous sofa session with Dylan. Electra is absolutely livid about this. She cannot get past the fact that Will and Dylan slept on the same sofa together. Even though they just kissed and slept next to each other, for Electra, it is the ultimate betrayal. She is disgusted, and Will is just standing there, taking it. He tries to explain, he tries to beg for forgiveness, but Electra is not having it. She tells him that they are done. She doesn't want to be with him anymore. And honestly, part of me thinks Will is dodging a bullet here. Electra is being so hypocritical. She is practically running into RJ's arms and leaning on him for support, but the second Will finds a little comfort with Dylan, she loses her mind. It's just a massive double standard. And let's talk about Dylan for a second. Because Dylan is not totally innocent in this. She knew what she was doing when she went to the beach house. She kissed him. She slept on the sofa with him. She was marking her territory. And Electra knows it. Electra is not stupid. She knows Dylan wants Will. So when Electra is standing there dumping Will, part of it is just pure spite. She is punishing him for letting another woman get close. But she is also punishing herself, I think, because she still loves him, but her pride just won't let her stay. It is so messy. Just a complete and utter mess. And honestly, Will begging for forgiveness just made him look weak in her eyes. The more he pleaded, the colder she got. So Will does not get his happy ending today. Electra tells him that it is time for both of them to move on. They are no longer a couple. They are not belonging to each other anymore. And you just know this is going to send Will spiraling. We've seen him drinking. We know he is in a really fragile state of mind. When a Spencer man gets his heart broken, he doesn't just quietly move on. He acts out. And with Katie and Bill doing all this investigating into Dylan's past behind the scenes, you just know this whole situation is a powder keg waiting to explode. Will is losing Electra. He is probably going to lose Dylan once her massive secrets come out, and he is just going to be left with nothing. It is a tragedy in the making, and the fans on social media are just tearing into Electra today. I saw so many comments saying she is the worst, that she doesn't deserve Will, that she should just go be with RJ and leave Will alone. And I kind of agree. But then again, Will did let Dylan stay over. If my boyfriend let his female friend, who is secretly in love with him, sleep on his sofa, I would probably lose my mind too. So maybe Electra is justified. I don't know. I change my mind every 5 minutes with this show. One minute I hate Will, the next minute I feel sorry for him. It's exhausting, but that is what makes it so good, right? The writers are really laying it on thick with the parallels here. You have Finn refusing to cut ties with his toxic past, and you have Electra aggressively cutting ties with Will over one mistake. It is like two opposite ends of the spectrum. Finn needs to be more like Electra and just sever the cord, and maybe Electra needs to be a little more forgiving like Finn. But that would make too much sense. This is a soap opera. We need the messy, clunky, chaotic decisions. And we are definitely getting them. I still can't get over Finn going to Lee. I just have to circle back to that because it is bothering me. Lee is a survivor. She survived Sheila. And Finn is sitting there in her office and he is like, "Mom, how do I tell the woman who tried to murder you that she can't come over for Thanksgiving without making her sad?" It is so absurd. It is almost funny if it wasn't so frustrating. I really hope Lee just shook some sense into him. Because if Finn doesn't shut Sheila down exactly the way Steffi wants, Steffi is going to walk. She is already halfway out the door emotionally. She is in Monaco right now, waiting for him, and if she finds out he is still waffling, it is going to be a disaster. And we all know Sheila is not going to just accept being shut out. Even if Finn does lay down the law, Sheila is going to push back. She is probably already packing her bags to follow them to Monaco. The fans are already speculating that something terrible is going to happen in Monaco, like a crash or an explosion or something. Because Sheila does not handle rejection well. If Finn finally grows a spine and tells her it is over forever, she is going to snap. And Steffi is going to be right in the crosshairs. So yeah, that is where we are at today. A lot of broken hearts, a lot of terrible decisions, and just a whole mess of drama. Will is crying at the beach house, Electra is running away to Ivy's, Finn is whining to Lee about hurting a psychopath's feelings, and Steffi is demanding absolute loyalty. It is just. It's a lot. And I am tired, you guys. I am so tired of watching these characters make the same mistakes over and over again. But I can't stop watching. I care about them too much. Even when they drive me absolutely crazy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you on Steffi's side or Finn's side? Do you think Electra was right to dump Will? Or is she being a hypocrite? Let's talk about it.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.